Hey. What's up? Scorpios. It's your boy X. Wakanda forever. Breaking out the new deck. Let me just show y'all, because I keep saying I'm going to post it down there below. So, this is the main deck that we use up in here. Mystical Shaman Oracle cards by Alberto Violado, Colette Barn Reed, Marcella Labos. And then for clarification, we use, I know, my poor is yet holding on, Crystal Visions Tarot by Jennifer Galasso. And for clarification, extended reads, Cartomancy. Also, oh yeah, I'm gonna use this deck. Earth Warriors Oracle deck. That's gonna be being utilized soon as, you know, my guys go ahead and part that with me, but I've been carried around, so it's coming soon. And, you know, the first one, the very first, the Shamanic Medicine Oracle cards. And then for the new one that I will be using today, going into the extended reads, it seems to be from here on out for right now, is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards by Kyle Gray, the artwork by Lily Moses. So, and that's said and done. Gotta get my stuff together. I want to fly away, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay. So as I was shuffling and focusing on your energy, Scorpios. Oh yeah, everything's down below in the drop box, including how to get to the extended reads. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Well, I was focusing on your energy, Scorpios. Middle World and Gatherer came out. Middle World, definitely embodying your twin flame within. That's what I'm talking about, that masculine and feminine side. The middle world, finding the middle ground, seeing the world as it is, which is not, you know, in plain. I want to use terms in plain black and white because, you know, some stuff is, you know, but it's seeing all the aspects. It's seeing the world for what it is, and because the world is mostly perceived in black and white, it is seeing those gray areas, those similarities amongst it all. Because I mean, light can exist without the dark, and dark can exist without the light. Can it? Yeah, it can. But then it would be all light and all dark. I mean, not saying light would be good, but wording choices. Because, you know, if communication was as easy, we wouldn't have the miscommunication that we do nowadays. So it is a little, you know, not saying because, you know, I'm going to talk the way that I talk, and by all means is not to offend anyone or anything of that sort. It's just, you know, we all, different words hold different meanings. They trigger different emotions and thoughts within all of us. So it's being understanding that we all have different terminology that we choose and like to use, and it's not trying to like belittle anyone or trigger anybody or, you know, anything like that, because, you know, we all have different words. Like, we'll use a curse word, for example, the word B or the N word. You know, those words are highly used in society, especially in, you know, in music and rap songs. We'll just use that for an example. And so yeah, the B word is like, but if somebody comes up and depending on your intentions and the energy that you're putting towards something, you say the B word and you have negative intentions, that's how it's going to be interpreted. Or let's say you say it to a complete stranger, they're going to interpret that because you don't know them. Versus, or the N word, you going up to somebody, you saying, oh man, you just, like, even a black person can use it in a derogatory way. Yeah, you can. You can use it in the old school way, even though it's the slang version of it, but it's your intentions that you're trying to imply behind it. You know, and, or you can go up and be like, hey, yo, what's up, my, you know, like the song YG, you know, go down from, hit us. But it really depends on your intentions and the energy. Because you even take something that's usually perceived as a bad word and you put a positive spin on it, it becomes something completely different. Like, all types of words. Like the word tight. Nobody wants to wear tight-fitting clothing. That feels constrictive. But in slang, it was the intention behind it, the energy that somebody chose to put behind it. They made it into a very popular term when I was growing up. I'm a 90s baby. They're like, oh, yo, that's tight. Like, that became a compliment. Like, not, man, your clothes are tight. Like, somebody comes to me like, your clothes are tight. See how that comes off completely different? Like, okay, so what, is it too small? Like, what's going on? Someone's like, yo, that's tight. Same word, different intentions, different energy put behind it. All right, but anywho, but it's seeing that, it's finding, you know, within yourself as well, you know, find the middle ground within yourself, within your own life, and being able to see the bigger thing for what it is, and see the bigger picture, and being an eagle. I'm seeing an eagle like soaring above, seeing, because eagles fly the highest, so they're able to, you know, soar. Not saying you're above anything or anyone. No, it's your perspective is growing, so your perspective is widening. You're seeing more versus just less. You know, the lower you fly, you're able to see less. That's why people, you know, when you fly in an airplane, if you're afraid of heights, you're not going to look out the window. Why? Because you're going to be able to see too much. You don't want to see all of that. And then you got those that want to look out, and you're able to see far and wide. But it's also, you know, and being able to balance both and go back down and look at the details, and then bring something to like and then in your life, being able to look at the details in your life and apply them to the wider picture, and how it can affect your life or others moving forward, and being able to find the middle ground between the both and balance both, and be able to go flip between left side of the brain, right side of your brain, and oh yeah, and gathering. Definitely harvest season, or either maybe the fall season has something significant about it. Oh well, Scorpio, fall. Of course, fall will have. Okay, cards, what is going on here? Y'all energy. I'm about the middle ground. Lord have mercy. All right, guys, come on, work with me with these cards. Holy spirits, come on. That's why, okay, yeah, it's going to be another topic. That's why, you know, in religion, it's all essentially the same stuff, just interpreted in different ways through the various cultures and tribes that exist in the world. Same story, same principles behind the stories. I won't say same stories, different stories, same principles. But, you know, that's for, you know, to the science. No, it's not essentially all the same. And yet there's different, you know, rules, so to speak, or different ways to go about it, and, you know, based off of strict religion rules and all of that nature. You know, and yeah, you know, there's people like, oh, you don't do it completely like this, you're just picking and choosing. Well, that's what I feel we're supposed to do, be able to take bits and pieces from here and use what resonates and works best for us in our own life. You know, it's not making you less, as long as you're not trying to hurt anybody mentally, emotionally, or physically, or verbally, or spiritually, and spreading, you know, pain and grief and hate and sorrow and negativity. Yeah, just because you're a Christian, like, I mean, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, a Christian because you don't do this. Okay, and Christians in the Bible, based off of the actual context, we're not supposed to get our ear pierced because that symbolizes like a form of slavery, and we're not supposed to eat eat crab legs and shrimp and things with split hooves, and just off of just the basics for what everybody generally knows about it. That's supposed to dye your hair, perm your hairs, anything like that. I'm just saying. We all hypocrites in one way or another, and it's moving, we just trying to live our life and move beyond that and move past all of that and just, be the best that we can possibly be. We're not going to be perfect. We're not going to be perfect. We're going to contradict ourselves and all type of stuff. That's why I love that song by Janelle Monáe. I like that. Oh, 10 minutes in, okay, well, apparently I had to, okay, anywho. All right, Spirit only allow the divine and the divine only to come on through. What do we have? I'm not really. Flow came out. But I felt like I stumbled it, so I didn't want to. So with Holy Mountain, so the flow is now, they tell me, the flow did come out in reverse. It's number 20. It's reflection. But what I'm getting is going against the grain in what's standard and what's considered to be normal, doing the taboo, but you're in flow with yourself, it was a lot of water there with your emotions into June. And it took some reflection. It took that twin flame within yourself, the merging of your divine family, your divine feminine and your divine masculine, and apparently your divine family, since that wanted to come out. I also have, that was 20. Hey. Oh, seeing 2 10s, 2 completions. Completion, so to speak, for your divine masculine, divine feminine within you. That's what's up. That bird that I saw in my last video, it just popped into my head. I have to look and see what that bird see what that bird means. Look that bird up. See what that bird up. Yeah, what's up with that bird? See what that bird up to. So we have shall not be moved. The Holy Mountain. Feel anxious, nervous. Yeah, I mean, it's taboo. It's something new, It's but it's not necessarily like a bad anxious. It's actually like, whatever this anxious nervousness is, It's like a form of excitement and motivation pushing you to move forward. Oh my goodness, Lord Jesus. Okay, take that one. Not taking all those, Lord. You're going to get, Scorpio, a lot of messages, a lot of stuff coming in, a lot of information coming in. Because all those cards, I was like, well, why not read them all? Because I have limited space on my phone, Lord. You know this. Oh, I swear my guys got jokes. Like, why not read them all? I know they weren't being, but they were just like, But yeah, definitely a lot of energy, a lot of stuff coming in. Sun card. Show me the sun card with this. Through this reflection, through this time, me taking some time to reflect, it's going to cause some changes. The card is 25. But it's spiritual changes, spiritual awareness. Like the sun is going to spirituality is going to be the forefront of your mind. It's also going to transform your life in a positive way, bringing you to a completeness, a fullness. Be nice to just have one card. Hey, here we go. So what? Lord have mercy. See, in the middle world came out. Might have some magic, through this, trying to hold you back. That's all that karmic energy. This magic came out, and then middle world wanted to come out. In reverse. So we're gonna talk about that. What we have, the serpent. But it came out with a deck, so we're not gonna read all that. But guess what came out? Earthkeeper. And yeah, that was upright. See, look, look how spirit works. Oh, well, that makes sense. Oh yeah. Step into a new template, releasing karmic cycles, releasing an ending. The curse 14. We're told to kind of keep your mouth shut. You try to be silenced through pain. But you got the Ace of Pentacles. You were silenced. It hurt. But you got the Ace of Pentacles through moving forward. Going to the holy mountain by taking time out to reflect upon oneself and create a spiritual change, which is the number 7, a completion, starting with a solid foundation within the Trinity, within the Spirit, and then within the Trinity. See, your little car flew away. The curse, able to defeat that curse. Being able to move forward. To the first, it's card number 14, you took the first step into setting a foundation, which changed things. You're going to a new path, into a stable foundation that is going to cause some changes. We have the Sweat Lodge. Okay, you're going to be met. Tower moment. You're leaving some stuff behind. And next with that was the Three of Cups. Trinity. Leaving some stuff behind. Next card we have is the Sweat Lodge. That song is coming to my head by Lil Wayne. You can't go around fire expecting not to sweat. We put through some stuff, but it's okay. Put through some tests. You just kind of gonna be moving forward quickly, passionately. Ace of Pentacles. You open the door of infinite possibilities. Number 54 is giving you a completion. Look, oh, that's the ego. Yo, I love when spirit do that. I love when spirit do that. And I'm literally seeing an eagle and a hawk. Like it's like two birds in one. So when I first looked at it, it was the eagle. Then I got closer. Now I'm seeing a hawk. So hawks represent spirit, messengers of spirit. A little bit in limbo, a little bit. You're gonna be a little bit in the hangman energy, but not for long. Trying to figure out a way, as well as balancing finances. You're gonna have a tower moment though. Bring it to this Ace of Cups. If you hold on to it, then you're not gonna get to the Ace of Cups. But like Spirit's not even gonna let you do that. Two of Pentacles, balance. We have Fires, the next one after the Sweat Lodge. It's passion right there. And the first step to completion. When I was meditating on your energy, there was like a it felt like a pain, but not necessarily a bad pain in my heart chakra. It was like something was being removed from it. So definitely clearing out whatever residual past hurts and things, clearing out some type of pain, because it also was it's like a good feeling. You know how when you stretch and it's that painfulness when your muscles are sore, but it feels good at the same time. It's like that. Dealing with the Capricorn. Fire with Devil card. Ain't that about something? Dealing with the Capricorn as far as passion. I'm also getting a flip side of putting the devil in his place. That's what's up. In 19, 9 is completion. It's taking the first step to really completed something that's going to bring you completions. I'm getting some it's a lot of different aspects coming in. And also 9 plus 1 is 10. It's going to start a new cycle, a new way of being, a new lifestyle, a new. You know, fire does transform. The 3 of Cups in reverse. Your know where it is you're going. You're not having to like choose or pick. And if you didn't do it on your own, Spirit did it for you. Next we have the staff. That was to come out in reverse. So it's walking away from, and it comes energy, walking away from times where you felt as if you couldn't use, I'm seeing like the staff of Moses, where you couldn't stand in your truth, stand in your power, stand in your purpose, and move forward in what it is with conviction, with steadfastness, and that confidence. Okay, so we have the Three of Wands in reverse with the Empress. It was because you weren't listening to your intuition, you know. You weren't hearing your intuition, hearing your guides, following your intuition, following what it is you truly believed in. And considering that was right next to the Devil card, it was because, you know, of Satan, you know, you're literally fighting. You had to fight the devil off your back, which is, you know, those negativities of people, of outside people. Not saying that, you know, necessarily that they were bad, but, you know, them saying, you know, no, or telling you can't do something, or you can't, you know, they were, you know, for whatever reason holding that energy. You know, that's the energy that they were spreading, you know, maybe even out of, you know, their own hurt or, you know, misunderstanding or miscommunication, because I truly like seeing the good in everyone. So for like me personally, it was hard at first to really like walk away from people and just be like, you know what, people really do have their own free will. It's like, you know, although I see your light and see your potential and see the where you can go and what you can embody, doesn't mean that they're going to do so. And it was really using that discernment to walk away from people that had embodied that had was kind of there were situations where I was in where, because I saw that light and potential, they would still choose to do the opposite thing. But then when something happened, and a tower moment, so to speak, happened in their life, you know, they ran into something, or they were just feeling down about themselves, in layman's terms, it would come back. But now essentially, and me continuously being that encouraging person and have to constantly encourage, and that was, you know, being an energy vamp, you know, that was being an energy vampire, phone died, and feeding off of my light and my energy, and just reflecting back what it was that I was putting in to begin with. It's like, yeah, I see that, and you see it in me, so you can choose. You have the free will to do so, but for whatever reason, you know, you're just not choosing to. And we can't force anybody to do anything. We can't force anybody to see anything. We can't force anybody to change or to be aware, or, you know, you can see the best in anybody. You know, a coach can see the best in a player, but it's up to that player if they want to embody that, if they want to embrace that, if they want to go for that. Because by all means, you have that coach there that's willing to run with you and help mold you and support you. But you gotta do the footwork. You know, he not gonna do it for you. Like, hey, I see that you can be like Michael, but you know, I'm not about to be up training and doing it, and you just over there. Like, you gonna be on the court, not me. You know, you are. But that's your free will. Like, yeah, you have the option to do so, but that's essentially up to you. But definitely embracing, you know, the confidence. See, that's, you know, what's bringing you out of balance. I was focusing on the energy when that came up in that story. And yeah, it does. It definitely brings, you know, a sense of imbalance in situations like that, because it's like, okay, well, what do I do? How do I go about this? And, you know, sometimes you just gotta let go and let God. Like, literally, let go and let God. But you're not doing that. It brought forth, you know, transformations, and we have the Empress, the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And it brought you through a journey, you know, a fiery journey, stepping through the fire, so to speak. Like, going to the holy mountain, defeating the curse. Like, it's a story lined out here. You know, defeating the curse, or kind of, oh, this is cool. Okay, so I'm getting like two scenarios. I'm like, who already woke, you know, or, you know, already on a spiritual path. You already knew where you were going, had the holy mountain, you know, had your spirituality intact. You knew about yourself. Came to a curse, you know, had to defeat, you know, the curses that you did have, not feeling that you couldn't speak, that you couldn't talk, that you really couldn't verbalize what it is that you truly embody. And you had the sweat lines. You went through the sweat lines. You went through some heat, some intensity, some, you know, some stuff, you know. You went around that fire, you know, doing the taboo, doing things that people don't see as normal. You know, in societies, we all have norms within our society. And when we step outside that norm, at first there's a lot of ridicule. There's a lot of backlash to it. Like, for instance, you know, you can see that it's all over history. Like, even in the 70s, or the civil rights movement, or anything. The whole LGBTQ and getting that, the marriage to be, you know, federally acknowledged. Like, it was taboo. It was not what was normal. And when we in a large tend to get together and concern, well, no, it's not normal. You know, change is the only thing that is constant. And when, you know, it is hard to change. You know, it's not easy. Yeah, some areas might be easier for other people to change in, but if you think about everything, so like, so if somebody came and tell you need to change everything about your life, you know, some areas of that you're going to be resistant. Now, you might be more welcoming depending on, you know, your personality in certain areas, you know. But yeah, dang, Scorpio, yeah, y'all did some thing, but it was definitely going. You'd have been on a journey. You'd have been on a journey. And going through that fire represents, you know, a transformation. If you watch the documentary on the Death Card and the Page of Cups came out, is a transformation. If you watch the documentary, it's a documentary on Netflix called Africa, and near the Sahara Desert, there's, you know, because the Sahara Desert wasn't always that huge of a desert. It actually used to have grass and luscious areas and water. That's why those little oases that are left is all that was left of what the Sahara Desert used to be, because before it became a desert, it was the Sahara, or probably called something else. But, which is where tilapia live. Okay, but just interesting fact. So yes, tilapia is a real fish, but interesting fact. Still shuffling cards, but fire happens naturally because it needs to be it needs to be done so it can clear out all that old and dead vegetation, so new vegetation can flourish and come in. You know, that they don't have, you know, the animal kingdom don't have ground keepers to come and cut the grass and the weed, the whole area, and then plant new seeds. It has to be done on its own. And some seeds wouldn't disperse out of its plant unless that heat, that change agent was there in place to cause them to come open. Like even in the Sahara, there's another plant that is like a tumbleweed. I forgot what the name of it, but it's like it's called the resurrection plant. There it is. And it literally balls itself up because it literally dies. But in able for it to plant its seeds and spread, it has to wait for a rainstorm to come. It has to wait for a significant amount of rain, and then it pops open and the seeds come out. And then those seeds have to find an area that is in water and be able to grow. And then when the drought comes, it dries up, and it can live for a century just going through that cycle. Because if you see it, you would think like, okay, that's just a dead piece of, it looks like a tumbleweed, but like, okay, and tumbleweeds they look dead. Like, okay, look at that rubbish just rolling around there. But it's very much alive, very much alive, very much alive. So whatever that was dead inside you, it was very much alive, and it took a change agent such as fire or a rainstorm to be able to come to where it is that you had needed to come to, and able for you to even recognize that you had a staff. Yeah, it was in reverse, but to even recognize that you did have that staff, that you did have that conviction, and to be able to know that you're the empress and come up out the cold and cause that change. That's number 51. Cause that change within yourself to then find that balance, to bring yourself up out of the cold, but also not just yourself but others. Like even in the video that I was saying, like a lot of man, go ahead, Scorpio. A lot of hey Spirit, help me out. Okay, our experiences, like even the stuff that we went through, and it's like, man, that was so hard, that was so daunting, that was this, that was that. It becomes our testimony. Like think about it, like once we do overcome something, we do come across something, like we on a normal day-to-day basis, you know, something, and we did, you know, transmute those and accepted them, and it was like, hey, you know, hey, well, at least I learned this out of it. And you come across somebody, or even if you haven't gotten to that accepting point, you come across somebody else that's in those same similar situations. By you sharing that, like, man, I know exactly what happened, just hearing out to somebody else. And let's say if it's something that you haven't necessarily accepted and completely released and forgive, mostly, you know, yourself, we forgive and apologize for ourselves, not for that other person, not to make that other person, not to validate them, but for ourselves. So because we feel we're doing something good, and it's for a release in us, so we're not reliving whatever the situation is, and essentially helping us to be able to move forward. But it becomes that testimony, because even by sharing your story of something that you haven't healed from, you're healing yourself right then and there by sharing that story. Because you ever share something with somebody, it's like, man, you know, I thought I was the only one alone, and now you come along here, but it helps you release that. And then you are essentially helping that person, because they were going through something. It was just like, oh my God, you know, I just need somebody to talk to. And, you know, and vice versa. We've all been on that other line as well. And it's healing. You know, you ever just really just something you usually don't talk to somebody about, and then you do, and it's a release. It's a healing for you, and you walk away like, man, that actually makes me feel better. You know, just being able to talk to somebody else who truly understands, because you went through what it is that I went through. Like, it's beautiful. It's amazing. Look, y'all, I'm getting into like preacher mode and stuff coming on. But everything we go through, all of our experiences is essentially, that's why it's an experience. Nothing is really bad. Once we really can, you know, and embrace that and get to that point, like, yeah, no, it ain't gonna feel good when we're going through it. And even if you gotta fake it till you make it, and keep telling yourself, like, hey, you know what, it's for a higher reason, it's for a higher reason, it's for a higher reason. I don't understand this reason, and Lord, this don't feel good. I don't know what's going on right now. Just help me. Even help me to get to a higher reason. Maybe that might make me feel a little bit better. Why I gotta go through what it is that I'm going through. But that becomes a testimony. It becomes your testimony. It becomes a foundation that you can actually sit on. And like a tower moment, like, yeah, all that concrete and came all down and everything. Look, you want to pick it all up, crush it on down. Hey, you know what? Now it became sand. Now you can use that and make an artificial beach or something. I don't know. But when they do demolition sites, they go and pick up all the concrete for a reason. They're recycling it somehow. Maybe they are able to melt it back down and make new concrete out of old concrete, whatever the case may be. But it's pick it up for a reason. I mean, no, they don't rebuild it because it's like, well, no, it's already destroyed, so I'm not going to rebuild it. But you know what I can do with that? Just recycling. Just like we throw, our plastic bottles in recycling bins, but then that plastic bottle could then become a life-saving aid as far as the bags that, or when we go and donate blood, and they use recyclable, plastic, and there's a lot of medical things that are used out of recyclable items, or even school books, or things that like Starbucks use recycled paper all the time for their cups. And then those cups are recyclable as well. Those are the things that, okay, the earth can't absorb. It's not biodegradable. And our landfills are filling up. So what can we do with these items that we have to put it in this stuff that would essentially cause harm to our planet? How can we use them and so we're not causing harm to our planet? And then we came up with recycling. So that's all we're doing is recycling our experiences. That's what's up. But got the death card. It definitely it was a transformation. All this was a transformation. Whatever this process was is a transformation. You have the Page of Cups. You're moving forward, taking a leap of faith. And it was a Ten of Cups right after that in reverse. I saw it, so I got to claim it out. So it was definitely a ending of what seemed to be fulfillment, what seemed to be your Ten of Cups, regardless of its family, career, location, friends, acquaintances, associates, role models, aunties, uncles, parents, whatever, was going on in your personal life. It was an ending of that. It was an ending, cutting out of. It had making you feel like an emperor in reverse, but I'm also getting like this person was not. You thought they were an emperor, and they're not. They weren't. Through that coming out of a Ten of Swords energy. Because you took a leap of faith and to move forward. Then you come into the Ten of Pentacles right afterwards. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. But by you holding up your staff, because at first, Moses just got that staff, and like, you want me to wreck? You know what? I'm gonna believe in you, because when I didn't, all that. So to learn my lesson. He raised his staff up. The Red Sea split. But with this change and moving forward in all of this, it's going to create balance. It's 51-6. It's going to create balance. Next card. 43 minutes. The Earth Keeper. Yeah, that was definitely a release. Yeah, you releasing something because I burped. All in your energy. And I didn't eat yet. I know if it's from food or not. And no, it's not from food. The Earth Keeper. Light worker. Three of Pentacles, working hard. Work hard for the money. You work hard for where you're going, for where it is. And it doesn't just have to be money. It's a song. It's working hard for whatever that end goal is. They were talking about an actual physical job. Well, at least from, what I gather. So whatever it is, working hard, being a light worker, being an earth keeper, and helping show the way. Seven of Swords. Like something had to feel like that you had to look over your back. Got a lot of birds, you know, a group, or, you know, a group of people or things, or just a lot of calamity that was going wrong. And just look at all those birds up there with all those swords. You down there trying to you know, pick up your sword that you dropped. You know, you had them all, now they picking up all the swords, kind of taunting you with like, ha ha, we got your sword, and now you like, okay, you know, they flying around like, you drop a sword on me, you know. But so you had to feel like you had to look over your back, you know, because at any given time they can cut your wings off. You know, he got his wings, walking his wing, they can cut your wings off because you're not all black like them, you know. He didn't transform. He looked different. Like, yeah, look, those wings look just the same as them, except for he a human, he a man. Don't mind my nails. Okay, the strength. But you had the strength to move forward through it all. You kept working through all the calamity, through all the opposition, through it all. And you took that first step into this infinity to his parents. And yeah, it caused. Okay, I'll have to wrap this up soon so the phone don't die. 8 of Cups, you know, a little reluctant in walking away, but you had the strength to keep moving forward. Because you had the strength, you started to walk away. You got Judgment in reverse. All right, Spirit. Judgment in reverse. And we have the Moon in reverse. So, okay. So, secrets are coming out, and judgments that were passed are being vindicated. 3 of Swords in reverse. You're going to come out of the heartbreak because you're going to be able to see. Ending the 7 of Wands. Ending of an old way that you thought was a sun, was a completion, but you're getting the Unknown card in reverse. You're being told why and how. You got a wish coming true. The Ace of Pentacles. You have a wish coming true because, for whatever this is, something's gonna be told. Something's gonna come out. Try to keep you stagnant. Try to make it come out of balance. So you're going to try, but when all that happens, you got the Lovers. I feel like that just like summarized the story all in one. That's the reason why you're an Earth Keeper now, because of everything that you went through, or you had to go through all that to realize that you are an Earth Keeper, that you are a light worker, that you are here to be a part of raising the vibration. 18. 1 plus 8 is what? 9 completions. Oh, this is beautiful. All right, Spirit, all right. Okay, let me go ahead and I already pre-shuffled them for the phone die. I'll do y'all extended after I upload this video. I'll go ahead and get a little preview going to the extended. Man, y'all got the longest video. But hey, Spirit speaks. Oh yeah. All right, Spirit, on divine only to come on through. What we have for Scorpio? What we have for Scorpio? Okay, so these. So we have Stag. High Priest. Wise One. And Autumn. All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and jump into the extended version. See y'all in the upper room. All right, y'all. Peace, gel, and hair grease.